Hey guys, welcome to episode 179 of A Year in Minecraft. So last episode, we were doing this this bit here, and we're going to continue because I want to talk a bit more about content and how much time I don't have. Yeah, so I mean, obviously, I'm doing the degree, and that is taking all of my time because I'm going to the gym, obviously, today. Like I said yesterday. I mean, I guess don't remember because it's an entirely different day. Yeah, I'm going to the gym today, and I'll probably listen to the study guide for the chapter that I've just read, sorry, on the in the book. Annoyingly enough, actually, there's like the book that of the other module that I'm doing. So I'm doing two modules. I'm doing renewable energies and environmental management. Ooh, that was horrible. And like, there's a PDF for all of the chapters for the renewables. The book is massive, it's super thick. But the other one's like quite small, and most of the content is actually online, like activities and stuff like that. I also missed an exam. I got 0 on that exam, which I'm annoyed at because I thought I had an extra day, but I did not. And it was a just a quiz on the website, and I just forgot to do it. I was going to do it, and I was like, "Oh, it's closed. I can't do it now." Great, that's annoying. But yeah, there's that. Most of the stuff is online, which is I'm actually quite annoyed at because I guess that makes sense, because really environmental management is about reports. That's basically it. You got to know like the whole like bit of like reports and stuff like that, and just like the whole So the I don't remember who did it actually. It's one of the like it might have been the UN. There's like 21 rules of like sustainability. Is it 21 or is it 19? I think it's 19, and then one more was added on from like social media and stuff like that. But anyway, there's like core tenets of like I forget what they're called. They're like sustainable something goals, SDG, I think they're called. I can't tell you all of them, so don't ask. But they're all simple things like everyone deserves households, food, not to be discriminated against from like whatever you are, colour, race, gender ideal and stuff like that, to like the government should actually deal with things, and like the city need to be sustainable and not be stupid, and you know, basically common sense things that a lot of humans just don't figure out what it is. And then obviously you've got the whole like actual management part where you need to know about, it depends what kind of management you're talking about really, because like you could talk about the management of your own house, say like you've got like the house that I'm in now, I'm fairly certain was, I don't know, it's a pretty old terrace house, and I'm not sure if this is one of those that were made in the 70s or anything like that. So the house is fairly warm-ish, as long as we put a curtain up on the back door, because the back door is just a door and then a massive window. And before that, the kitchen was freezing. But obviously you've got reports based on like the sustainability of your house, for instance. And then you've got huge ones where you've got the sustainability of like entire cities or countries or something like that. And then you've got 4 different ones where it's more of like hydrology. And we're not really gone into hydrology just yet, and I don't think we're going to do that. Rude. That much hydrology. But I mean, I like environmental science 1. Basically, I learned about hydrology and like sustainable drainage and just general ways to keep water better. you know what I mean, like planting trees to stop soil from eroding, just general easy stuff. And then like having runoff lakes, and if you can't have runoff lakes, I'd then have like gravelled areas so that they can filter out water easily, especially if it's like runoff from industrial complexes and stuff like that. But like obviously there's already laws in place to stop them from, as you would say, take the piss when it comes to that kind of like marine life and whatnot. Well, not marine life, more like river life. I don't know what they call it. Oh, have I done it? Oh my god, I have. So I don't really know where I was going with this, I'm going to be honest with you. But yeah, so there's different kinds of, and I don't know where this is going basically in the chapters, because we're learning about this stuff, and I don't know what the end game is for this, like I said, for this particular chapter. The funny thing is though, I was doing this module last year, or maybe the year before, but I had to stop it because I was way behind. But since then, they've actually combined the two, because there was an environmental management 1, environmental management 2. And then I think they've combined the two, which is actually great, because then I don't have to faff about with 2 modules, because now I've basically got these 2 modules and 1 more huge module next year, and that's going to be it now. I'll actually have a degree in energy management, environmental management, which is great. I mean, I technically have the degree in STEM, like combined STEM, but like I could easily say I have a degree in energy, environmental management, or sustainability, and environmental and sustainability. I think what I'll do is actually call it like environmental management and sustainability, because like that kind of is a catch-all term then. Yeah, I don't really know. It's technically like a STEM, like literally combined STEM. I could pick whatever. Like for instance, 2 of my modules are astronomy modules. I literally did just do a 2 astronomy modules. What are they called? Planetary sciences and extraterrestrial life, and astronomy, base astronomy. And they were great up until the point when I realised, you know what? This is kind of not what the world needs right now. I know, I feel like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a martyr in any way, shape or form in this kind of stuff. Like, but I decided after doing those and enjoying them a lot, like, you know what? I would love to be an astronomer, but also I think I would probably help and make more money by actually becoming like something to do with energy and stuff like that, which, like, great. 2 of my modules are kind of useless for this degree, but also I don't really mind because they were fun and I enjoyed them a lot. Bear in mind I did these degrees before COVID, so I had to go to an actual place to do an actual exam. Yeah, it was weird. Although I've been doing that for, like I said, I've been doing this degree for like 14 years. Because my ex-partner, late ex-partner, I guess is the thing. She was ill a lot, so I was like, you know what, I don't really have the inclination to do this right now because she's too ill. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to pause, which is why it took me so long to do it. So, I mean, sure. I just spent the half of this episode talking more about the my degree, which is cool, I guess. I kind of want to like specialize in because we were talking about what we were talking about. No, I was listening to a video or something. Oh, that's what it was. I was listening to the Law Lodge, and they were talking about the a ship that went down. I don't remember the name of the ship. In the Great Lakes in the US, and like they did a whole section on like wave formation and stuff like that, and I was like, I like the idea of specializing specifically in like renewable energies that require water, like tidal and dams and stuff like that. That'd be kind of cool, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm actually applying for a job at a place where Amanda works, my girlfriend now, because, not because I want to do the job, it's more electronics, but because, like, once I get a foothold in the door in that company, I could just be like, yo, I have an environmental management degree now. Would you like me to just do, like, reports on, like, environmental management stuff in the... for the company and stuff like that, hopefully like save you money on stuff for that kind of stuff, and if not, I don't really know. I've not really looked at jobs that are related to this degree or anything like that, but I think they'll be fine. Like, I've basically got a lot of leeway, I feel, in that stuff. Like a lot of the old stuff that I learned like in the first modules, I've kind of forgotten. Like I did a whole geology for a whole geology module, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't remember a single thing from that course, from that module. It's because it was 10 years ago. I still have the books. So the books, they're pride and place in the bookcase because I just love having them because they were actual books. They're great. Oh no, actually, the first module was actually like an all-round science module. So like, hold on, I need a drink. I've been talking a hell of a lot. Bear with me. Yeah, like an all-round science module, where it was just basically, I think it was actually a mistake, maybe, to maybe do that module, because it was basically just like A-level sciences and the chemistry and stuff like that and biology and stuff like that, and I'm like, I kind of know this from college, because in college I did IT, biology, physics and maths. I dropped biology because I hated it. And like, I'm kind of squeamish, not a fan of the blood and stuff like that, and they were like, oh, we're going to get to the point where we're going to dissect a frog, and I'm like, you know what, I don't really want to do that. So I didn't go for a few weeks, and I was like, I'm just going to drop this, I don't want to do it. And I did physics and maths and stuff, and I got C's in all of them because I was, at college, I was 16, 17 and 18 years old. And at that point, I was like, hold on. I am the arbiter of my future here, and I can do whatever the hell I please. And it just so happened that whatever the hell I please meant a tremendous amount of World of Warcraft. Which was unfortunate, because that basically took over my life. I would not go in. I would go in and go to the bus stop, wait for my dad to go home, and come home and play video games. A video game. And not go into college a lot. And as you might have guessed, that messed up a hell of a lot of stuff. And I had to redo 1 year, which is why I was there for 3 years, with the whole same thing, which was very silly of me, to be honest. Which is why I only got C's, because even though I had to restart the thing, I was still kind of addicted. And then once I finished there, I didn't get a job for like a year and a half, something like that. And even then, that was games testing with Free Radical Design. I'm going into my like history here. I just realised. And then eventually, I was like, you know what? I actually went to University of Hull, for computer science. So I have a HNC in computer science and games development. I also have a HNC in computer science and forensics, digital forensics. Because once I'm gonna say it. Once I attempted suicide when I was in Hull, my dad came and picked me up, and I basically dropped out of that university and then started in Derby University. It was just so much closer. I picked digital forensics because it sounded cool, and in fairness, it was cool. And the only reason I'm not doing it now is because they want, like, the next year I kind of went back to try and start the same course again, because I stopped doing it about halfway through. I just stopped going for reasons. A girl. And yeah, they said, oh, you need to pay up front. And I'm like, oh, I can't do that. So that's the only reason I didn't do it. So then a few years later, I learned about the OU. Paid for the first tuition year up front in full, because I had savings at that point. And then did that because I was not working at that point. I was living off savings because my dad had passed away and we sold a house. Yeah, so I did that, and then that's obviously the first module I was talking about, and I did another module as well. In fact, I could just tell you what modules I did by opening up the module thing. Jesus Christ, okay. Open university, sign in. Username and password. Username, password, F7... No. Let's do this. So my study record, eventually when it loads, students, study record. So the first thing I did, first module I did was Exploring Science, which is basically... Oh geez, that's a terrible score, Simon. 47? Oh boy. Alright. That's slightly better. I remember, because what I did, I picked Exploring Science, like the module, but also, I also picked Environmentalist Journeys to a Changing World. But the thing is, I got confused, and I thought they would, like, the first semester, quote unquote, September to December, was Exploring Science, and then the next semester was Environment's Journeys Through a Changing World. And like, no, that was not that at all. And like, the tutor called me in December and was like, yo, you've not done 2 of the assignments, what going on? And I'm like, hold on, I thought this was the whole thing. And he was like, no. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to defer, it's called, defer that, and do something else, and do that afterwards. So I did Exploring Science, it was alright. Then I did Environmentalist Journey to a Changing World. That was a really good thing, actually, because it was like, it was more of the social side of like the environment and stuff like that. Although there was one thing that I did not care about at all. There's like a whole bunch about, this is going to sound horrible, but don't take it the wrong way. But like, there's a whole part of the like book of like, are they Inuits? The natives of northern Canada and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. But like, it was more about the people and like the customs, and I was like, I really don't care about this. Like the assignment, I didn't do much on that at all. And even the tutor was like, did you even read the stuff? And I was like, no, because I really don't care. Like, I'm gonna have to preface this with the fact that like, I care about cultures and customs. What I don't care about is I'm trying to talk about this in like the best way possible here. Like, there was a whole section on China and like the customs of, but not the customs of China, like the migrations of China and stuff like that. Like a bunch of people were moving from the rural areas of China into the cities because of jobs and like the technology age and stuff like that. And that was interesting to speak about, but like, the customs and religions of like the Inuits. I was like, why are we learning about this in like an environmental thing? It just like, I don't know. I don't not care about that culture. Don't get me wrong. I just didn't see the point of learning about it in that particular sense. And I know that might sound a bit weird or mean, I guess you could say, but like, I don't know. At the time, I didn't really care about it, and I would rather have just learned about the environmental issues regarding that part of the world. I don't know. Yeah. And then I did. Let me give you an example here. Exploring Science, I did in 2013. Environment: Journeys to a Changing World, I did in 2014. Environmental Science is the precursor to renewable energy. Well, that was at the start. I did in 2018. I did Astronomy. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Where's Planetary Science? There it is. Sorry, I was on the wrong one, lol. I did Astronomy and Planetary Science: The Search for Life in 2019. Then Renewable Energy, and then Energy and Sustainability, I did in 2024. And then these two, Renewable Energy and Environmental Management: Pathways to Sustainability, I'm doing in this year. And the next year, I'm obviously. Hold on, what did I deferred? Deferred other modules. There it is. Oh my god, yeah, you can see. So 2013, Environment: Journeys to a Changing World, cancelled. 2015, Environmental Science, 2015, cancelled. That 2015 cancelled one was because I moved over to a different course. And then in 2020, I deferred and cancelled Astrophysics and the Relative Universe because I was like, I don't think this is good. So, I don't think... No, I was like, I don't think I should be doing this. I should be doing something more relevant to the world, as it were. And then in 2021, I was doing Energy Sustainability and Environmental Management 1. But these two were deferred because Louisa was in the hospital. And then in 2023, I postponed Energy and Sustainability again because of reasons, because I was homeless. And then Environmental Policy and Intercontinental, I deferred that. Environmental Policy. Oh yeah, sorry, Environmental Policy in an international context, I deferred because it was last year and I was quite behind. So I thought, you know what, I'll do that one last, and then I'll actually have a proper degree. Anyway, so yeah, that's that's my life. Yeah, that's my life. Yeah, so talking about my life, I suppose, while I'm doing this is weird, but there we go, I guess. So yeah, let me put away all of this so I can get the rest of this up. Are these disappearing in front of me? I don't really know. I don't think so. Yeah, but I'm not going to do another episode now because I want to play some more Warcraft. So yes, thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.